Chair recognizes Mr. Perry for 5 minutes.
Thank the chairman. I thank the witnesses. It's been a long day. Mr. Roth, going back to your statement Mr. Edwards talked about, I want to just kind of revisit that a little bit, where it was communicated to you, at least per your statement, by the FBI that there was expected hack and dump or hack and leak operations, and that they would occur before the election, and that these, at the bottom here, the meetings that were rumored, in those meetings were rumored that the hack and leak operation would involve Hunter Biden. Subsequent to that, well, first of all, who told you that? Was that, did you get that? Can you tell us where you got that information, if you know?
The subject of a possible hack and leak was raised by a number of representatives of the FBI.
Was one of them Mr. Chan? Elvis Chan?
Yes, Mr.
Okay.
Chan was a part of it.
So are you familiar with the fact that in his testimony in November of 2022 that he says we did not see any similar competing intrusions to what happened in 2016? And of course, you had been talking to intelligence agencies and law enforcement agencies for some time, and they were referring to the 2016 hack and dump operation. Are you familiar that he said that subsequent to you saying this? That they didn't have any evidence?
I was not aware of
Okay,
Mr.
that's
Chan's
fair.
deposition.
That's fair.
No.
Did they ever give you any evidence of the hack and dump operation that happened in 2016? And what I think I'm referring to is the allegation that the Clinton campaign, the DNC server was hacked, and that information was spread about through WikiLeaks or other information channels. Did they ever give you any evidence of that occurrence during these discussions?
That information was made public by the intelligence community in the Mueller report and by the Senate Intelligence.
Yeah, evidence. Did they ever give you evidence? Because as far as we know, CrowdStrike looked at the servers. Did the FBI ever look at the servers from the DNC, to your knowledge?
I think that would be a question better directed at the
Fair
FBI.
enough, but the point is you never saw any evidence, right? You're just taking it on, and I'm not blaming you, because a lot of people want to believe the FBI. I've always wanted to believe the FBI. The question is, did they ever give you any evidence to believe that? Because they're making the case. They're making the case that there's a hack and leak operation coming, and it's going to be about Hunter Biden right before the election. Did they ever give you any evidence?
It didn't come up. There was
Okay, yeah, I didn't figure it did. And then you all set up a secret channel between Twitter and the FBI. Who did that from the FBI? Was that Roth? Or you're Roth. Was that Elvis? I'm sorry.
Mr. Chan was a part of that work, yes.
Yes, he was part of that. And so you set up, and you actually set up a war room as well, right?
I believe the FBI operated a war
Okay,
room.
fair enough.
I didn't
And you
join it.
participated in that?
No, sir, I did not.
You did not. Did Twitter participate in it?
I believe Twitter may have sent a representative.
Okay, fair enough. And then you did this table talk exercise about Hunter Biden and about a leak about Hunter Biden that would come out right before the election, essentially 10 days, and that happened in September, right before the election. And you participated in that, right?
Yes, I did.
Who facilitated that exercise? I know the Aspen Institute, but who facilitated the exercise proper? Was anybody from a government agency facilitating any part of that? Were they involved in the discussions during the exercise?
No, I don't believe so, no.
So they were just spectators?
I wasn't aware that they were spectators either, but I don't recall exactly who was there.
I know you don't recall who was there. Then who facilitated it? Do you recall that?
My recollection is that the event was facilitated by Garrett Graff, who was a member of the Aspen Institute and Aspen Digital.
All right. Do you find it odd now, after the fact, and I know you've already testified here, that you don't see, to Mr. Sessions, that you didn't see that you were misled or potentially duped? It sure seems highly coincidental. Would you agree? It at least seems highly coincidental. Knowing that the FBI had the laptop, that the FBI set up the war room and the channel and told you, per your statement, that this was going to happen, do you find it highly coincidental that it actually happened and it was Hunter Biden at all?
I want to be clear that my statement to the FEC does not suggest that the FBI told me it would involve Hunter Biden. That's a popular reading of that declaration, but it was not my intent. I think there is a coincidence there, and I really can't speak as to how that came about.
Yeah, it's really coincidental. One last question. Did the CIA or the other governmental agency ever ask Twitter to look at something that violated Twitter's policy?
I don't recall specific outreach by the CIA specifically.
Other government agency is what it was called in the Twitter files.
Yes, Twitter regularly received reports from government requesting review under our rules.
So the other government agency, that one, did they ever request information regarding violations of Twitter's policies? The CIA.
Gentlemen, time's expired, but please answer the question.
I thank the Chairman.
Again, I don't recall specific contact from the CIA, no.